I don't know how to do this. Hey y'all, I'm feeling depressed today. I'm so tired. I think I felt this way like 6 days ago. And I felt like I was doing fine since then, but I was maybe masking it. I don't know, I'm not doing the best. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna flip open to random pages of these books and just read them as encouraging little messages. I love doing this. Like if I'm just needing a little blurb, I just randomly open. So I already kind of flipped open some of them. This is from a meditations daily devotional book. It talks about past, present, future. We live in the present. The past is gone and the future is uncertain. We are encouraged by voices, both secular and religious, to be present, to live in and for the moment. Most would agree that this is sound advice. So why is it so difficult to do? And why do we need encouragement to practice what we know to be true? Because we are all shaped and influenced by things from our past. Even though those things can't be changed or undone, they remain within us. Regrettable past actions can color our present demeanor. Adverse, maybe traumatic, past experiences can diminish our present joy. We might long for the good days that seem far better than our present conditions. However, living in the past can negatively impact our lives in the present. Living in and for the future can keep us from being fully present too. Kids who just can't wait to grow up miss some of the beauty of childhood. Makes me think of presents too, when you just can't wait to open your presents and you miss out on all the other really great parts of Christmas and holidays. Adults who long for a different locale or pine for a promotion have difficulty seeing the advantages and blessings of their current home and job. Fear of the future can lead to rash reactions or bring a cloud of gloom that blocks out the sun of this day. The Lord himself tells us that each day is a gift of his grace and not to worry about tomorrow. And yet his dearly loved Apostle John is not deterred from talking about the glorious connection among our past, present, and future. There is a healthy kind of looking back and looking forward that brings joy-filled privilege to our present and peace-filled hope for our future. This connection is all wrapped up in and revolves around Jesus. If you don't believe in Jesus, you can replace that for God, Mother Earth, a deity, goddess, being, but I like the message. Then I'm going to read from Untethered Soul. This is a book, I don't know if I've actually finished it, but I've flopped around to a lot. This is page 94. It says, you can live a life completely free from the fears of the psyche. You just have to know how to do it. Let's take smoking as an example. It is not hard to understand how to stop smoking. The key word is stop. It really doesn't matter what patches you use. When it is all said and done, you simply must stop. The way you stop smoking is to stop putting cigarettes in your mouth. All the other techniques are just ways that you think will help. But the bottom line is, all you have to do is stop putting cigarettes in your mouth. If you do this, it's guaranteed that you will stop smoking. You use the same technique to get out of your psychological mess. You just stop telling your mind that its job is to fix your personal problems. This job has broken the mind and disturbed the entire psyche. It has created fear, anxiety, and neurosis. Your mind has very little control over this world. It is either omniscient or... hard words. It is neither omniscient nor omnipotent. It cannot control the weather and other natural forces, nor can it control all people, places, and things around you. You have given your mind an impossible task by asking it to manipulate the world in order to fix your personal inner problems. If you want to achieve a healthy state of being, stop asking your mind to do this. Just relieve your mind of the job of making sure that everyone and everything will be the way you need them to be so that you can feel better inside. Your mind is not qualified for that job. Fire it and let go of your inner problems instead. You can have a different relationship with your mind. This is The Courage to be Disliked. I need some water. It's basically a dialogue between a philosopher and a youth, a child. So this one says, do not live to satisfy the expectations of others. Philosopher says, being recognized by others is certainly something to be happy about, but it would be wrong to say that being recognized is absolutely necessary. For what does one seek recognition in the first place? Or, to put it more succinctly, why does one want to be praised by others? Youth says, it's simple. It's through being recognized by others that each of us can truly feel we have value. It is through recognition from others that one becomes able to wipe away one's feelings of inferiority. One learns to have confidence in oneself. Yes, it's an issue of value. I think you mentioned it last time, that the feeling of inferiority is an issue of value judgment. It's because I could never get recognition from my parents that I have lived a life tainted by feelings of inferiority. Philosopher says, now, let's consider a familiar setting. For example, let's say you've been picking up litter around your workplace. The thing is, no one seems to notice at all. Or if they do, no one has given you any appreciation for what you've done, or even said a single word of thanks. Well, will you keep on picking up litter from now on? Youth. That's a difficult situation. I suppose that if no one appreciates what I'm doing, I might stop. Philosopher. Why? Youth. Picking up litter is for everyone. If I'm rolling up my sleeves and getting it done, but I don't get a word of thanks, I guess I'd probably lose my motivation. Philosopher. This is the danger of the desire for recognition. Why is it that people seek recognition from others? In many cases, it is due to the influence of reward and punishment education. Youth. Reward and punishment education? Question mark. Philosopher. If one takes appropriate action, one receives praise. If one takes inappropriate action, one receives punishment. Adler, I think he's a philosopher or some kind of psychologist. Adler was very critical of education by reward and punishment. It leads to mistaken lifestyles in which people think, if no one is going to praise me, I won't take appropriate action, and if no one is going to punish me, I'll engage in inappropriate actions too. You already have the goal of wanting to be praised when you start picking up litter. And if you aren't praised by anyone, you'll either be indignant or decide that you'll never do such a thing again. Clearly, there's something wrong with this situation. Youth. No, I wish you wouldn't trivialize such things. I'm not arguing about education. Wanting to be recognized by people like you, to be accepted by people close to you, is a normal desire. Philosopher, you are badly mistaken. Look, we are not living to satisfy other people's expectations. You are not living to satisfy other people's expectations, and neither am I. It is not necessary to satisfy other people's expectations. Youth. That is such a self-serving argument. Are you saying one should think only about oneself and live self-righteously? Philosopher. In the teachings of Judaism, one finds a view that goes something like this. If you are not living your life for yourself, then who is going to live it for you? You are living only for your own life. When it comes to who you are living it for, of course it's you. And then if you are not living your life for yourself, who could there be to live it instead of you? Ultimately, we live thinking about the I. There is no reason that we must not think that way. Youth. So you are afflicted by the poison of nihilism after all. You say that ultimately we live thinking about I, and that's okay? What a wretched way of thinking. Philosopher. It is not nihilism at all. Rather, it's opposite. When one seeks recognition from others and concerns oneself only with how one is judged by others, in the end, one is living other people's lives. Wishing so hard to be recognized will lead to a life of following expectations held by other people who want you to be this kind of person. In other words, you throw away who you really are and live other people's lives. Please remember this. If you are not living to satisfy other people's expectations, it follows that other people are not living to satisfy your expectations. Someone might not act the way you want them to, but it doesn't do any good to get angry. That's only natural. Okay, I could go on, but I'm going to be done. Then I'm going to read This is Alchemy of the Heart. I actually feel called to read the back. Finding a Higher Love. These sensitive, profound, and rare insights help us gain entree. You think it would say like entry? Oh, I think it does. It's an accent. I don't know that. Okay, whatever. Help us gain entry into the most precious and misunderstood component of our being, the heart. They show us that while love can be compassionate and nurturing, it can also be powerful, dynamic, and practical, a catalyst for spiritual growth. In this book, you'll learn how the mature heart overcomes hidden blocks to giving and receiving more love, how you can soften and strengthen the heart to create more meaningful relationships in all areas of your life, and how even the most intense lessons of love, if we are willing to learn from them, can be the open door to a higher love and a higher way of loving. This, I just flipped open to a random page. There's a clearing of the heart and a guarding of the heart, which I think is really important. That's what I do a lot in my energy. Like I clear things and then I protect. So this is the affirmation for clearing the heart. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. My heart is a chakra of violet fire. My heart is the purity God desires. Violet fire, thou love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Thou art mercy, forever true. Keep me always in tune with you. So I'll flip that open and read that before bed all the time. And then it says, in today's fast-paced world, we are often bombarded by outer and inner pressures that can disturb the peaceful and harmonious rhythms of our heart. Spiritual mastery demands that we guard our heart against those intruders that would move us from the center of love. If we are to master the heart, we must learn to match the rhythm of our living to the natural rhythm of our heart. I might need a second to ponder that. I don't know if I totally get it. So I flipped open to this book. It's Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but page 272, I'm just gonna start a random place. I look at her. Yeah, that's it. What, were you an English major or something? Gwen pulls her head back. Yes. Wait, really? Yes, I got my BA from Stanford before going to UCLA for my MBA. Oh, I say, I didn't know that. That's cool. I never officially finished high school, never set foot on a college campus, and I'm convinced sometimes that despite all my accomplishments, this lack of sophistication shows in ways I'm unaware of. I'm not sure how cool it is. It doesn't often come in handy that I know the entirety of If by Rudyard Kipling. Well, I think it's still impressive, I say, as I head towards the dressing room. All right, Gwen says, I'm gonna make some calls and I'll see you in the player's box. Okay, I say. Good luck, Carolina, she says. I cannot help but smile. Thank you. I start to walk away, but then I turn back. Hey, I say, calling to her, thank you for being here and for supporting me in this from the beginning, the whole year, even though it's crazy. Gwen smiles. Do you know what part of If is actually relevant right now to this moment? If you could make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on the one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. She must be messing with me. Surely she knows she's just described my greatest fear. But no, I can tell from the look on her eyes and her face that she sincerely thinks that I'm that brave, that I am doing this because I'm okay with losing big, not because I'm terrified of losing it all. And it stuns me silent for a moment, just how vast the gap is between who I am and how people see me. I am so much smaller than the Carrie Soto in Gwen's head. Okay, so I guess what do I want to do? I think I'm gonna make some kind of shell art. I just have these shells. You can use anything really. Rocks, jewelry pieces. I'm just gonna intuitively put them on the page here. See what I make. So I made this creature type thing. It looks like maybe a fish. I'm gonna outline it on the paper. So I just got the message like these pieces all represent organs or pieces of my body. Like I was gonna clear them away and I realized I can't because I think it would literally ruin the drawing. It wouldn't be the same. And now I'm going through and outlining each of the pieces within the body. I'm gonna clear them away. Oh, it reminds me of a sea turtle, kind of. Now I'm just labeling different letters within this. I'm getting the message that a lot of the things I just read talked a lot about your outlook on life, living in the present, the power of the brain and letting it take over, or even thoughts like, oh, I didn't do this, so therefore I'm not equipped to do that. I didn't go to school for this, so I'm not good enough or not smart enough for this. It's hard because we give our brains so much focus, or at least I do. I feel like I'm always in my brain and thinking. And this drawing here is showing me that each part of the body is just as important, and the fact that we're putting so much concentration on the brain, it's creating this uneven dynamic in the whole body. Like, imagine if I just concentrated on my knees all day. My knees would love it, maybe, but then to a certain extent, they'd be like, bro, stop thinking about me. Like, go think about your heart or something. Go live in your heart space, not think about your heart. It feels like a challenge and a puzzle at times, trying to figure out how to get out of the head. And there's things like movement, breathing, exercise, all those things, art. And there's this constant kind of dull pain in my stomach, and I always feel like that's my body's way of diverting my attention to my stomach region and allowing me to focus on it more. So like if you have pain somewhere, or you get surgery in your body, it literally forces you to focus on that part of your body. So it's healing the physical, but it's healing the energetic, because it's finally getting that attention that's been needing and wanting. When you stub your toe, you suddenly think of your toe. You go, ow, my toe, and then maybe like wrap it in gauze if it's bleeding, or you hold it or put cream on it. It's really unfair we're always in our head and thinking about our head. It's just hard getting out of it. But I think that's maybe what's been causing these depressive feelings and energies around me, and my body's depressed because I'm always in my head. So there you go. Art therapy lesson of the day. If you're feeling a little low, hopefully that helped you. Or if you're feeling great, hopefully it helped you too.